Hello.
And welcome to the Parker and Page podcast.
A brand new podcast for you to listen to.
Of nonsense and musings. Oh my
of all the
goodness.
nonsense and musings. I am Matt Parker.
I'm Mark Page.
Welcome. So, Mark, why did we do this? What are we doing?
Because we realise we used to live very close to each other. We now live at separate ends of the country, and we realised what a better way to have a catch-up than to talk about all the things we love talking about and have a catch-up and a cheeky swift one while we're in the process.
Yes. We'll put a disclaimer out there. You must drink responsibly. And
other drink brands are available. Unless they want to sponsor us, then I will happily sit here and be like, look what we're drinking this week.
Not have to tape it up like a TV show.
Yeah, exactly. Or a fake label. I think once I was given one and it said like Brother Strat on it or something. And I was like, I've never heard of it. I was like, what's this?
Doesn't make sense.
Weird. This past 2 weeks, mate, everything's been going off in the nerdy world, hasn't it? There's
a lot happened. Specifically, we're of course talking and referring to the Doctor Who universe. A lot's been happening. Oh yes, Mark, they're supporting a Time Fracture t-shirt where you can catch me as a unit soldier.
Hey, there he is. It was very good.
Oh, yes, go on. Have a little talk about that.
It was very good. I went a couple of weeks ago with my friend Zach. Very good. Matt wasn't in it then. Matt's been in it before. He's had a little break to do some other cool stuff, and now he's had a little tootle back over there to go again. I went the other week. Really good. The sets are just...
amazing.
If you're not been, go. Honestly, I was well impressed. The money that's been thrown at it, obviously, is... in the many millions. Probably.
In the many millions, yes.
So it's brilliant.
And, there's a lot of fantastic people in it, obviously, and the sets and costumes are authentic BBC licensed things, as it is an official BBC licensed show. So they've got props and sets from Wales, carted them over to London for this show, which is really cool.
They've got like a, not to spoil it for anybody, but if you go into a certain area, they've got a glass case that is full to the brim of props. They are all the real props, and some of them are like gold dust now, and you can stand this close with your face pressed up against the glass if you so wish. I didn't, but you can do.
You could do, yeah.
You could do. I took lots of pictures in that bit because you're allowed to take pictures in that bit. Everywhere else, they're very like, do not film, do not ruin it, which is understandable because don't ruin it because you'll be blown away if you do go and see it. But yeah, so Matt's back in Time Fracture. Are you back now? Are you there now?
I'm back now. I should also point out that as a unit soldier, that basically means I'm front of house. I'm not actually in the cast, unfortunately, but I still have a role to play in the show, mainly towards the beginning, if I am put on that position.
You get to look cool, though, dressed as, like, someone from unit.
Get to look cool.
You know, in your head, whenever you put the suit, like, the costume on, do you just have that Murray Gold, just playing in your head while you're running around, like... Go, go, go!
It should be the theme tune. I mean, they have a majestic tale as you go through the time tunnels, don't they? Which is a really epic.
Which isn't a spoiler. Anyway. It's on all the trailers. Matt's not ruined anything. Don't come for him. It's in the trailer. It's
talking freely. It's fine.
But no, it is very good. That's this week's Time Fracture. If you want to sponsor us. You know where we are. You've got one of us working for you. We'll happily come for free and do a promotion video like Tia Coffee did last week. Right.
Oh, yeah. Great content.
Brilliant. Right.
Right.
Moving
anyway.
Swiftly on. Oh, and before we go into the new Who stuff, let's just touch on Dick and Dom 20th anniversary.
Okay.
We got to just quickly touch on that before we crack on.
So I believe one of the first things me and Mark bonded over, as well as Doctor Who, was Dick and Dom in the Bungalow, which, if you don't know, was a early 2000s kids TV game show of sorts where Dick and Dom, what's their full names? Richard
McCourt and Dominic Wood.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Would bring on bungalow heads, which were the contestant kids, and a celebrity guest usually each week, and
Bogey
would
cars!
play ridiculous games such as bogey cars and
Make Dick sick.
make Dick sick.
Now that, right, there. Now hang on. Because that game was just for their own personal enjoyment towards the end of it. Because they had a really fit woman come out who would like wipe their chin and then kiss them on the cheek. And it was this really fit, like 20-year-old model. And by the end of it, they were being sick over anything. I can remember one time this kid rung in and he went, "My dad ate some peas." And he just like threw up just so this fit woman could come and just give him a kiss.
Naughty Dick and Naughty
Dom. But it's brilliant. We absolutely love it. We many a time when we're sat together having a drink when we see each other rarely, we put like the best of on, don't we? And like compilations of all the.
It's got to be done. It's got to be done. It's so funny.
Who's this? It's Charlie. Charlie.
Charlie. If you've never seen it and you want to see an example of what it is, search Dick and Dom Charlie phone call. That's all you need.
It's just chaos.
8 minutes of brilliance, of like not scripted, just like happening, and it's just amazing.
Dom from Dick and Dom in the Bungalow. Who is this? We might put a link if it's on the YouTube video. We might put some links to some
put a link down
the
there.
ones we talk about, because there's honestly there was some really strange Harry Bat and all the it was great. So now they've announced they're doing a 20-year anniversary live tour, which they've been putting teasers on this week saying like reason one to come to the tour, and there's like the guy who does all like the Willy Wonka characters and everything. There was a little video of him, so I'm thinking he's going to be involved in some aspect. You're probably going to get a little maybe Melvin O'Doom cameo, maybe at the London shows. Maybe you might get Melvin O'Doom because he does radio and stuff quite a lot in London, doesn't he? So I think maybe at different points throughout the tour, you might get different people popping in who was in the series. I think some ex-Bungalow heads are going to be involved as well, because one did an interview on the radio and said that they were going to be like involved. So just
okay, cool.
It's just going to be absolute chaos in a venue. And I think the crowd can get involved as well. We've not got our tickets yet because we're just waiting to see what we've both got planned. But if you miss out on this lot of tickets, I believe there's going to be loads more for early 2023 announced soon. Because there's not really London or Nottingham or Derby or anything on just yet, I don't think. So I think stuff like that may get put on the later run. But we love Dick and Dom, don't we, Matthew?
We do love Dick and Dom, yeah. And all that comes with it, it's just brilliant. And, you know, I disagree highly with the politicians that got it off air initially, because I believe it was down to a little sketchy or like a game where one of them was giving birth to children, and that's also a great clip. Go and watch that.
With the cow. The cow.
There's a cow. The cow one.
Tom, Dick and Harry coming out the cow. Yeah. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. When he's slipping over. Oh, it's brilliant.
It is funny.
Oh, it's very funny.
If you're in our generation and you watch Dick and Dom in the Bungalow, they are doing a 20th anniversary tour. Look out for it. It's going to be amazing, I'm sure, to see them back on stage. Probably reunited, as you say, with some people from the original series. So look out for that. Now then.
Oh my God.
Doctor Who. Where do we start?
Right. So I think we should just start back when, like last Sunday, when everything just started just to slowly rumble. So I saw that on Facebook, if you're in these, I don't know if a lot of you are maybe in these Doctor Who groups on Facebook, some of them post utter nonsense and some are actually quite accurate and pretty good. Mm-hmm. And on the one that I find quite good, they put a thing out saying that there's going to be a 14th Doctor announcement on the 14th of May. So I was okay, that's quite cool. 14 on the 14th. Mm-hmm. And I think they wanted to announce it in May because obviously filming of the 60th was going to kick off. Mm-hmm. So we was all sort of waiting like, the 14th. Then out of nowhere, this picture drops that's like 2 hearts plus and then a blue box. And everyone's like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden underneath, Russell T Davies is like, the future is here. And then it just went mad.
it took off. Yeah, I saw that photo on Twitter, and it was a repost of someone screenshotting that post, and I saw the little picture icon, and I was like, I think I know who that is. Went on Instagram to find Russell's comment, because I saw he
Yeah.
commented saying the future is here. So I went on and then saw it was Ncuti Gatwa. Obviously from Sex Education, I knew him. That's all I've seen him in, I think. And he's brilliant in that. I love him in that. He's so funny. And then about an hour later, I think it was officially announced. And then, in their own words, they got a free press tour out of it by going to BAFTA that evening, the BAFTA Awards, and Russell and Ncuti were there together. Riding this announcement, which was insane because it came out of nowhere. It literally came out of nowhere.
And a lot of people was like, oh, I've never really seen him before, or like, I don't know what he's done. And, you know, obviously if you've watched Sex Education, you'll know him as Eric Effilong, is it? And he's just really funny. And I think he is actually a genuine huge fan. The Whittaker era, there are some episodes, I think, well done. They're really good. Flux was very good, but there's some where you think, oh, this is Love and Monsters 2.0. Which, as very famously known, is one of probably the worst episodes of Doctor Who, along with Idiot's Lantern. And what do you reckon?
I don't mind Idiot's Lantern. Love and Monsters is like a guilty pleasure one.
Yeah, it is. To be fair, I just watch it for Peter Kay. To be fair,
just ridiculous. And the paving slab fellatio scenario.
Love it.
We won't go there.
But anyway, the Whittaker era, it's been very good. It's been, there's been moments where it's been really, really well done, and characters have come in and you think, oh, actually, that's a really good addition to the programme. The Timeless Child thing, it's very good, but I don't think they're going to have chance to expand on or round it up, which is a shame, because essentially what he's doing is now leaving Russell to kind of sweep everything up and try and see if he could shoehorn it into something, which I think's a bit, it's a little bit, you're leaving someone else to finish an idea you've started, which I don't think is normally very common in the sort of TV world. If one person is ending and another's taking over, normally they like to round up their stories so someone new can do their thing. So I hope it kind of gets touched on and maybe finished off, and then that's sort of the end of it. It's been acknowledged, it's done, and then we move on to new exciting stuff with Russell and Ncuti. But yeah, the Whittaker era, I enjoy it. I really like Jodie as an actress. I think she is very good as the Doctor. She's definitely come into her own as it's gone on. It's just the scripts for her and the stories have just been not quite to the usual Doctor Who standard. And before I get shouted at and swore at by people on the internet, I'm going to end it there on a positive note. Well done, Jodie. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
There we go. But yes, where were we? Yes, Ncuti is genuine fan of the show. You can tell he's got a lot of time for the show and the fans, and he's just really buzzing, looking forward to it, which is really nice to see. So,
it is. And he's a Scottish actor. Wasn't born there. He moved there when he was 2, I believe. This is what Peter Capaldi was saying actually on a radio interview recently, and it's nice to see these past Doctors sort of coming forward and being like, how brilliant! Like Sylvester McCoy did that brilliant video on Twitter, which was so nice to see, welcoming him in, and then Peter Capaldi's radio interview. He was saying like, I can't wait, what a story to become the Doctor, and then Matt Smith was at a convention in France, I think. And he was on stage and he said, he's brilliant, like he's got a great energy or something like that. And then Russell, I think, said on the red carpet that both David Tennant and Jodie Whittaker had called Ncuti, or like they'd had a conversation before the BAFTA announcement thing. Just said how excited he should be, and I think he is genuinely excited. And like you say, I think he seems like someone who's got a genuine affinity for the show and just wants to do it right and do it well. And I can just see I can just see it now. He's going to have that like youthful energy, like David Tennant and Matt Smith had.
Yeah, definitely.
He's going to bring that, and it's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to it.
I am. I'm looking forward to the RTD2 era. I think it's going to be.
RTD2.
I think it's going to be. It sounds like someone out of Star Wars, doesn't it?
Yeah.
RTD2 era. Yeah, so I think it's going to be brilliant. So then that was announced. Everyone was like, "Oh, amazing! We're excited now. We're excited." But then there was some rumblings of David and Catherine been seen in Cardiff, and people were like, what's going on here?" And then I saw Georgia Tennant tweeted, "Oh, well, I hope he's not in Cardiff. He's picking up the kids at 3:00. So, and everyone was kind of like, okay. But the poor girl who posted this, that she'd seen him, she's had death threats and all sorts of people on Twitter.
I saw this,
and that's not cool, man. That's not cool. Because I don't think anybody would lie about seeing David Tennant. You see David Tennant, you're like, "I've just seen David Tennant. What an amazing person to see." You wouldn't lie about seeing him in car. You would, and she said, I asked him for a picture. He said no. Now, obviously, we know why he said no. So, fast forward to last night. Yeah, a lovely big announcement was made. Over to you, Matthew.
So before the announcement, before I talk about the announcement, I think a while ago, a few months ago now, I believe rumors had started to spread about the 60th and what it might be and who might be in it and what format it's going to be in. And I'd read rumors that David Tennant was going to come back as the new Doctor, but then it's like, is it like a degeneration? Is it a regeneration with the same face? Like, what's the deal? And then I saw another rumor that said Catherine Tate's going to come back also, and I'm like, I don't know. I've been seeing her on like Comic-Con panels online and interviews with BBC One about the Nan film that just came out. Deny. But then fast forward to last night, and boom, there it is. There's a new post that was 2 hearts plus a diamond blue box. So it was the blue box that Ncuti had posted, but just on its side to make it a diamond shape. Obviously, diamonds mean 60th anniversary. And then it was followed by this lovely new photo of David and Catherine together. And they are back as the Doctor and Donna. But how? How is the question? How?
T. David was saying, wasn't he? Is it a trick? Is it a alternate reality? Is it a flashback? Who knows? So a lot of this. Who knows? A lot of this speculation was going on last night, and people were sort of trying to chat about it. And then, it was either last night or this morning. I saw somebody comment to Russell T Davies like, "Oh, Russell, I'm loving these announcements on a Sunday." And then Russell replied back, "Oh, and on Mondays as well," with like a wink face. So everybody was like, "Oh, well, what's going to get announced today?" And then obviously today was the first day of filming for the 60th.
It was indeed.
Boy, have we had a menagerie of pictures today.
A menagerie of pictures. I like that. What a menagerie. So I'm just going to go on to Twitter just to get a certain name up, because we've had another announcement.
Yes, we have.
And her name has escaped me.
Is it Yasmin Finney? Is it Yasmin Finney? Am I wrong? I probably am.
Yasmin Finney.
Yasmin Finney.
Yasmin Finney.
Close, but no cigar.
Yes, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's go back to the pictures. So, yes, mild spoilers, I guess, because if you don't want to know anything...
If you don't want to know about the 60th and you want to live under a rock for the next 18 months, that's fine.
Good luck to you.
But they are everywhere. If you, like we said before, if you're on the Doctor Who pages on Facebook and Twitter, they're being shared.
You're probably going to see them.
Nobody's business today. And quite rightly so, because it's a big thing. People are going to get excited for it. There is a few probably plot spoilers in with the pictures as well, but it's going to be talked about for the next year and a bit, so I don't think we can escape it. But obviously, if you don't want to watch it, we'll probably talk about something else maybe towards the end of the the podcast, if you want to fast forward to whenever, we'll put a time maybe below
Yeah.
if you want to avoid the Who 60th spoilers. But if you don't, stick around because there's some exciting pictures that have been posted today.
Yes, we'll give you a timestamp. So spoilers coming your way potentially.
We will give them 3 seconds to vacate the area. Ready?
Yes.
Right.
Oh
There we go. So the first picture that I saw today, because Matt actually messaged me. I was at work. Matt messaged me. Have you seen the set photos? I was like, set photos? No. So I asked him to send them over, and when I did, I opened them, and I was quite pleasantly surprised about what I saw because it's not the usual 10th Doctor that we would be expecting. There's a slight little twist and a change on him, which at first I didn't know how to take it.
Yeah, you were a little not miffed.
I was just a bit like, taken aback. Yeah, I was a bit like, oh, this isn't what we're the usual programming we are used to.
Yes.
Because he's now got I don't know if it's the brown suit that he's wearing or if it's a slightly different sort of colour. It does kind of look like the brown one, but it's maybe more burgundy-ish. I'm not quite sure. Do you reckon it's the brown suit, Matt?
So let's see. It looks like a version of the suit.
Right.
I don't know if it. Yeah. It doesn't look like the pinstripe brown suit that we've come to know.
So it's a version of the suit with the classic Converse, I believe. It is still the classic Converse.
We still got the Converse,
We've got sort of like a whitey. Is it a white shirt or like a pale blue or?
It might be white. It might be pale blue. Sorry.
Yeah.
Again, look at the pictures. Yeah, it's that kind of whitey light blue.
You have to understand as well. These pictures are not the clearest. They've not been taken by like the press with a high quality. This is just passers-by who've been in Camden today where they're filming, who have just quickly snapped a couple of pics and they've been walking past. And then this is very unusual for the 10th Doctor. He's just got like a plain grey tie on. Where normally we'd see some sort of blue pattern or like a swirl or maybe like a bit of red or something on there. It's never really been sort of a plain dull coloured tie.
Yeah, it does look quite plain. But so again, these are from far away.
Exactly. It could have a little some sort of pattern on it. And the biggest change is maybe because it's too tight for him now, but the suit jacket isn't buttoned all the way. He's just kind of got a top button and it's all hanging loose. But could that be some sort of regeneration calamity? You know,
we'll get onto that in a
moment. And he's got a blue version now of the brown overcoat.
Yes.
It's a very Peaky Blinders style looking coat, isn't it? Like a bluey.
It's like a long trench coat still. I believe it's still there's a long. It's just below his knees. So is that trench coat meets frock coat? I think frock coat's a little bit smaller.
Because the old brown one used to about go to his trainers, didn't it?
Yeah. So from this picture I can see in front of me, it's going just behind his knees. So
and it's like a blue suede from that close up picture, isn't it? I'd say it's like a bluey suede, is it? It kind of looks like it from that picture.
Yeah. I'd say it's made from the same material as the brown coat, but it's blue, and it's kind of a Newt Scamander meets Peaky Blinders kind of style.
And it does look very nice, but I was just expecting we'd get the brown suit, brown coat, classic style that we did kind of see in Day of the Doctor. It's nice to see the spiky hair back.
I was going to say,
yeah, because for Day of the Doctor, we didn't have the spiky hair because he was growing it for a play, so we kind of had some sort of weird coiffed, like sort of down at the front side, like this, didn't we, sort of thing?
Yeah.
Whereas now we've got the full-on old, the full-on
old Tenant
style,
spikes back,
which is nice to see. But yeah, so that was one of the first pictures I saw, and he's kind of having a stroll down a Camden street. And then Matt pointed out something to me in one of the pictures that I got pretty excited about. Matt, what did you see?
Well, I think you're referring to, again, if you're still listening to this spoiler section and you don't want to know any spoilers, stop listening or stop watching now. Good old Wilfred Mott, aka Bernard Cribbin. has also been cited.
Go on, girl. There he is.
I watched that this morning.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Go on, girl.
Brilliant, good scene.
Oh.
So yeah, Wilfred Mott is apparently also back, and there is a video again of the same setting of David Tennant in his new get-up, and it looks like he is wheeling Bernard Cribbs because he's 93 now.
93 now, yeah.
93.
It was his birthday, I think, not too long back. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he's now got mobility issues, obviously, as you do when you get older. So I think, yeah, his character's now going to be in a wheelchair of some sort. But yeah, it looks like David Tennant is behind him, like pushing him. They're having a laugh, like the good old days. So that's really nice to see him back as well.
Was that video you saw of him pushing him, was that just kind of like a general behind the scenes he was pushing him? Because I think I've seen one that's possibly a clip from the episode.
So yeah, I think the one I saw, I could hear ADs in the background being like, quiet on set, everyone.
Yeah.
And it's like they were recording to then, yeah. So I think that's a scene. I think that's going to be in it.
Yeah, because I've seen one where it looks like the sort of 10th / 13.5, we'll come on to that in a minute, Doctor is he's like looking around as if he's trying to catch his bearings. Then he's talking to Wilf, and Wilf says something, and then I think he starts to roll back in his chair. So then he grabs him,
gets him,
pushes him forward, and then I think he puts the brakes on him, and then he sort of crouches down to his level, and he's having a little conversation with him, and then that's all there was. Okay. But that's what I saw, what was shared probably about 6 o'clock on one of the Doctor Who pages, so I saw that. And this girl's loving it. She's like, I think this guy's like, oh, I've got loads of pictures. She's like, well, this is a video. I'm videoing it. She's like a bit excited about the fact that she's got an exclusive little video of Bernard Cribbins.
We love to see it. Oh yes, I was just going to say also Catherine Tate has been seen on set today in Camden as well.
And a slightly different sort of Donna ensemble that we're used to, some sort of like military khaki jacket and like some black jeans or leggings type thing, isn't it?
She's got, it looks like leggings or jeans, black jeans. She's got white trainers on, and then we only saw her from the back. We never saw her from the front in all the photos. So from the back, it looks like it again, a coat that sort of just comes under the waist, and
like
it's
khaki colour, like isn't it?
Yeah, khaki brown maybe, and there's like a tie on the back. So yeah, some form of normal coat. So yeah, we can theorize about that till the cows come home. And finally, other thing to point out is that the TARDIS on set is Jodie Whittaker's box exterior.
Yeah,
which kind of ties into, I guess, the next part, which is from what I've seen on Twitter, again, to do with these photos and hashtags and whatever, you'll always come across some form of like breakdown of what the plot might be. So I came across one earlier, which was taken from Reddit. It was a screenshot, and apparently this was out weeks ago, even before any of these announcements. So before David Tennant or Catherine Tate were announced to come back. And it basically said something along the lines of, as Jodie goes to regenerate, something goes wrong. We don't know what. It doesn't go into detail. And she then degenerates or regenerates again. But the form she comes out as is David Tennant. They are suitably confused, I think. Again, from this breakdown, apparently he then goes back in the TARDIS, gets to Earth. Regenerates on a cliff, apparently.
Okay.
That was in there as well. Apparently lands in Camden, and then somehow reunites with Donna again. I don't know what the deal is with Dr. Donna thing, and the if she remembers she'll die. I don't know what's going on there. But then obviously meets Donna again, meets Wilf again, and then this is where I theorize.
Okay.
I think the new Rose, which is Yasmin's character, who's been announced today. Yeah. I think that's Donna's daughter.
Yes.
With the guy whose name escapes me, the character, but the guy she was seen with in the End of Time.
Yes.
Because Yasmin's mixed race, so that would make sense.
Yep.
So that's my theory. So I think because apparently they're going to be back there tomorrow filming in the same
Right.
place in
Oh,
Camden near
okay.
Cyberdog. So I think Yasmin's going to be on set tomorrow. So to avoid spoilers and speculation, they've announced her
Yeah.
already, so they can then get her on
Um,
set and no one sort of questions why she's there.
exactly. Doctor Who TV as well, which I know is not necessarily official Doctor Who, but Doctor Who TV, they announced Bernard Cribbins, but obviously only after they'd seen the pictures, so it was kind of common knowledge that everybody knew. So they've
Right.
not, it's not necessarily an official announcement by the BBC, but if you've got eyeballs and you know what he looks like, you know it's Bernard Cribbins.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what a hero he is as well. It's nice to see him back. Yeah, it's just lovely.
Yeah.
He's a
And so I
great
was-
character. Great character.
he's brilliant. And him and David's chemistry is unmatched. I mean, obviously him
that
and
scene
Dom.
in the cafe at the time.
Yeah.
It's just some of the, and he's like, don't die, and he's just
Yeah.
like, he just doesn't know what to do, and then the doctor just starts
Mhm.
just bawling his eyes out. It's just such a nice scene, and they work
Yeah.
well together. And I'm hoping, and I'm sure he will be, but I'm hoping he's still as quick-witted and as cheeky as always, because that'll
definitely.
make it. That'll just make it. And he looks like he has been today on set. There has been a few shots that I've seen where he does look like he's still sharp as a tack. So that'll be
Yeah.
nice to see. But yeah, so there could be lots more announcements coming because obviously we know who's directing the episode now.
Yes, she was also seen on set today.
She was the one and only. Is it Rachel Talladay? Talladay? Is it? Tahale? I don't know. how you say it. Talele. Well, Rachel. We'll just call her Rachel. Who?
Rachel Talale.
Tudalale.
Yep.
She's directed some absolute classic Capaldi bangers, and I don't know if it's linked or not, but both Matt Lucas and Peter Capaldi was round her house having a cup of tea the other week. So take from that what you will. And Capaldi has once again dyed his hair the whitey grey colour.
It's curious.
It is very curious.
But both these photos have appeared very recently. And yeah, Capaldi seems to have his whitish hair back that he had when he was the Doctor.
So who knows?
And then because that would be nice.
It would. I really do. I really think Capaldi was a really good Doctor. Some of my favourite episodes of Capaldi stories, as you know, Matt, Magician's Apprentice, which is familiar, like two of my favourite episodes.
Yeah.
I actually watched them again the other day just because I thought, why the hell not? They're brilliant. So
some of your
nice
comfort episodes.
Exactly. And I know he's had his to-dos with Doctor Who. He said that the sets were a bit naff and that it's not nowhere near the standard that people think it is when it's on the TV. And, but it's the BBC. It's not exactly... But, well, now it is a multi-million-pound doodah with Bad Wolf and Sony having a few ties.
Bad Wolf TV.
Exactly. But back then, it's BBC. You're not going to get George Lucas or then Marvel Studios quality of budget. You've got to do with what you can. So I know he's had his to-dos with it, but I'm hoping he will just brush that aside and all will be forgotten and he'll come back. I think Matt Smith, 100%. He's always an old whore for Doctor Who, and he'll get involved with anything. I think they'll just have to say the word bow tie to him, and he'll be straight there like a rat up a drain pipe. So I'm hoping we get Matt Smith because he's really cool. I know we can't have Jodie because obviously she's just regenerated and she is pregnant, heavily pregnant right now. So unless they filmed her from sort of like here up for a little cameo like Capaldi did, they'll no Sir all 13, maybe something just saying, maybe a little good luck to like the new Doctor possibly or something like that, who knows. But yeah, so that'd be nice. And then odds on Chris are not very... If there's anyone who could do it, it would be Nick Briggs, because of Big Finish.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
if he managed to convince him to do it, say Nick Briggs, I don't know if the Daleks are going to be in it. I don't know. Has there been any confirmed monsters yet, Matt, of what you've seen? Do you know?
Not from what I've seen. The only thing I saw was there's a place in Camden, for those who know it, called Cyberdog,
Mm,
and this is the place they were filming outside of. So people were sort of theorizing: is there a connection there? Are they going to cover up the dog bit so it says cyber something?
right,
That's a potential, but we don't know. Again, it's not
right.
confirmed. None of this is confirmed. So I've just put that out there. This is all theory
Theorizing.
speculation. Yeah. So, but yeah, no confirming on monsters. But I
No.
can guess that the Daleks will make an appearance because
Yeah.
it's the Daleks. They're
It's
the
the
most
stakes
iconic
the earth.
monster.
It's Russell T Davies, and nobody writes the Daleks like Russell T Davies.
This is true.
Um, but yeah, so if Nick Briggs is involved, maybe at a push, we could get maybe a little 5 minutes from Eccleston if he
Mhm,
doesn't have to see T Davies on set. Maybe
mhm,
if they can
mhm.
get him in the back door, film something and get him away. If it's just with him and maybe Nick Briggs or something, then I think he could do it. I think he could be persuaded
Yeah.
if it's done in the right way.
Mhm, mhm.
Because that story still fascinates me, how they got right down to him signing on the line for Day of the Doctor and then he just backed out.
Yeah.
They literally could put the contract in front of him and went, here you go, sign, we
Mhm.
start filming in 3 weeks. He was about to sign, looked for it again, and went, actually, I don't want to do it. It still baffles me that they got him to actually sit down with Moffat and agree to
Yeah.
an extent to do it. So I think there could be some wiggle room there for...
Potentially, yeah. I
But,
mean,
but you
I think he had
know,
like 5 meetings with him. I
I
think
know, I
that was the
know.
rumor.
And odds,
Um,
I think the odds are slim on that. Joe Martin would be nice to see.
really good to see. Yeah, if
Yeah.
she was in it, yeah, I'd love to see that.
I'm hoping that we'll get a bit of Joe Martin and the wonderful David Bradley. It would be lovely to see him.
Indeed, yes.
Um,
Bringing it back to Time Fracture, obviously he's recorded exclusive scenes for that.
he
So
has, and that is very cool when that
yeah,
appears. When that
yeah, yeah.
happens, that is very cool.
Mhm.
Um,
I've just picked up on a few tweets that I'd like to read out, if that's
please
okay.
do.
This one has been sent in by Rachel Talele, or Talale, however you pronounce it. That lovely woman who directs for Doctor Who.
Yeah.
She put, oh, Twitter. I know you won't believe me, but I wasn't directing today. Can I say no cap? Is that a good pun? What does it mean? Who
What was
knows?
she doing?
What was she doing? This one is technically not a tweet. This is RTD. Someone has screenshotted what he put from Instagram. Oh, how funny. Russell has put, welcome to the Hooniverse, Yasmin Finney. The star of the wonderful Heartstoppers on Netflix. I've not watched that yet. I heard it's amazing.
It's very
I need to
good. It is very good.
join us for the 60th anniversary shoot, playing Rose. Another Rose? But how? Who? Why? Where? What? In Tenet style for you there. And that's it for now, folks. I know. Wouldn't it be lovely to keep this quiet and surprise you all on TV? But we can't, not when we're filming outdoors in London. So instead of spoilers, we have to own it instead. But now, silence. And Jodie's epic finale has kept secrets a million times better than us. Just you wait. Hashtag excitement.
Ooh. See, with this whole Whittaker finale, I've heard that there could be some old doctors in that. So
I've also heard this. I heard this rumor.
what if the whole Capaldi thing was from the Whittaker finale?
Could be.
I just don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. So yeah, should we talk about I was just going to say, with Yasmin's announcement, cast
Oh
announcement,
yes.
this is well, now the second cast member in all of Doctor Who is transgender,
Yes,
which is really cool.
That is very cool.
The first being, again, the name escapes me, but she's on Doctor Who Redacted, which is the new podcast.
I've not listened to that yet. Have you listened? Is it good?
Oh, it's very good.
Oh, I'm
very,
gonna have to
very
get
good.
that on then later on. Maybe we could listen, and then the next one we could have a chat
We'll talk about
that. That's quite cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
but yeah, very obviously lovely to see how progressive Doctor Who has always been, but now is like,
Yes.
it seems like they're bringing it more mainstream and in the limelight. But yeah, I just wanted to highlight how it seems that, you know, I like to think Doctor Who has always tried to be progressive as it can be, but not as much as it should have been. But now it seems like we're paving the way for this, and I just think that's really, really cool.
It is. It really
to
is.
see.
It's the best TV show for in terms of
Inclusivity and diversity.
which I think is really good with Doctor Who. You know. So yeah, I think they need to carry it on, keep going. Don't drop the baton now, which I don't think they will, because Russell is always a big advocate of inclusivity and, you know, fighting for the outcast, you know, as it was, which I think is really nice. You know, I think that's really cool thing to
Yeah.
do.
Which I think you've almost quoted Ncuti there, actually, because he said that on the BAFTA red carpet. That
Right.
The Doctor is a bit of an outcast.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
they're from nowhere. Well, obviously from Gallifrey, but like they were outcasts from Gallifrey and stuff, and they're their own person. So yeah, I think Doctor Who is always looking for the smaller people, like the small representative groups,
Exactly.
to then bring them into the, you know, to this to the limelight, which is amazing. So yeah, like with Ncuti being obviously the first person of color to play the Doctor, obviously if you minus Joe Martin, and first openly gay actor to play the Doctor as well.
There we go.
So yeah, I think that's important to highlight that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Great strides with Doctor Who, and like you say, with Russell being a great advocate of that. Like if you go and watch It's a Sin.
Oh yeah, absolutely incredible.
Years, you know, either one of those, they're both amazing, and yeah, such a diverse cast. It's really nice to see.
And to be fair, if you're listening to this podcast now, and to be fair, you know, if you've never watched Doctor Who and you've heard us rambling on about it for ages, then we apologise. But if you've never really watched much of Russell T Davies stuff, I'd definitely start with like It's a Sin and Years. And you can see the style of writing that he has, and then maybe even go back and watch his first era of Doctor Who as well, because even back then, in 2005, we had issues, you know, that people wasn't really dealing with. You know, the whole Captain Jack being kind of like bisexual and stuff. Nobody was really putting a big character like Captain Jack on the telly, being represented in that way. Prime time, 7 o'clock, BBC One. You know, even back then he was doing that kind of stuff in his first run of Doctor Who. So I'm excited now that everyone, because back then, you know, it was people didn't have the same kind of views as they have now. So now everybody is a bit more broad-minded and open, which is brilliant. I'm excited to see what he will do this second time round, and how we can push the envelope again to build it up for another new generation.
Yeah.
Which I think is be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I know it's going to be great. Just from the cast announcements we've had, like, it's going to be awesome. What was interesting earlier, when the Wilf announcement came out, which isn't official yet, but what happened was on Twitter that a page had renamed themselves BBC Doctor Who, and the @ was BBC Doctor with 2 R's.
Oh, right.
They had posted, "Look who's back. Bernard Cribbins is back as Wilf and Mott."
Right.
And then the Doctor Who magazine page on Twitter had obviously not seen that it wasn't a blue ticked page.
No.
And retweeted it and put, "Ooh,
you public menacers! You public menacers! Don't
whoever that
bloody
was,
do that, because you spoil it for everyone." Granted, he is in it, but if he wasn't and you was doing bloody stuff like that, everyone's going to come for you, and I hope they do.
But what they've now done is like tricked the official.
I know.
Pages
that's what I mean.
Announce it, and it's like, ooh, I don't know how I feel about that.
No, you should just let them do. Like Russell said, if we announce it, we're going to announce it and we're going to own it. If someone else is pretending to do it, they're not letting the BBC own the fact that they've got these like fan favourite big names back. Let the BBC have their moment of glory, saying, you know, David and Catherine are back, Bernard's back. You know, we've got this new actress coming in. You know, Ncuti's the Doctor. Let people. Let the BBC announce it and have the glory of announcing it. Don't ruin it for the BBC, because They're gonna over these next few years. I think they're gonna work really hard on Doctor Who, and if things keep getting announced and ruined, they just won't put the good stuff in it because it's just gonna always get ruined. So let them do what they need to do and just enjoy it. That's all I say to you.
No, exactly. Yeah. And of course, they only are announcing it early so that people don't see them out and about and go, "Oh, what's going on there?
Why is David Tennant here with a TARDIS?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's you can understand why, because I remember Russell saying at the BAFTAs again that Jodie's still the Doctor. We've still got one more session of hers, so I don't want to overshadow that. So for now, we're keeping quiet. But he only announced it, and he literally said this because otherwise they'd have been seen in Camden. Sorry.
Yeah.
And that'd have been it. It'd have been all over Twitter like wildfire, Facebook, whatever, Instagram. And before you know it, everyone knows before it's officially announced. And then it's like, well, what was the point?
Exactly.
So we understand why, of course, and it should just be left, like you say, to the BBC to officially announce these things before they're spoiled.
Exactly.
Because then no one's disappointed. But the one time that I disagreed with the BBC announcing something before it happened was Johnson coming back in Series 10.
Yes!
What was that all about?
Why did you put it on the front of Doctor Who magazine like a month before it happened? It was in the what is it? Coming soon trailer in the Series 10 trailer. Was it
after the pilot aired? Yeah, there was a coming soon trailer, and right at the end, you see him look at the camera.
Oh, I don't think I actually saw that. I saw it on the front of a Doctor Who magazine, and it was like, "Look who's back," and I was like, "Well, why? Because the finale's only like 2-3 weeks away. Why do that? Just leave it." See, that's what the Chibnall era did quite well. They kept the surprise as well. Obviously, I knew about Captain Jack because somebody told me. I went and did some filming on Doctor Who, and some naughty person said, "Oh, John Barrowman was here last night," and I went, "Excuse me, what?
What did you say?
What did you say there?" So it wasn't a member of the crew, by the way. Don't get anybody fired. It was another extra who'd been lurking about and saw what was going on. They went, "Oh, John Barrowman was here last night," and I was like, "Oh, John Barrowman, eh? Captain Jack, eh?" so I knew he was coming back, but I didn't know when. I thought it was just for the Christmas episode. So to see him appear in the Fugitive of the Jadoon was nice. So that's one thing that the Chibnall era did well. They did keep their surprises quite tight-lipped and close to their chest. Yeah. Sacha Dhawan, is it?
Sacha Dhawan, yes.
He was very good. I'd like to see some more of him, please.
Yes. Will this be his last episode?
Oh, I hope not. Please, Raw TD, keep him on for a little bit.
Well, he is announced to do some Big Finish.
Call Me Master, isn't it? Is it Call Me Master?
Yeah, as well as Joe Martin. So, again, I think this might be their last episodes. The centenary special. We haven't really talked about the centenary.
We haven't really. The centenary. Centenary.
Who's Tina?
Why is she centenary? Yes, we haven't really.
Thoughts?
Is it the usual? Is it the usual old Chibnall trope of here's some favourite characters? Let's hope it makes the episode half decent. Everybody's coming back. Come on. Get through that door.
Everybody's happy.
Get through this door. Come on, Tegan. Come on, Ace. Oh, come on, then, Missy. You as well. Adric, you're dead. Here you go. Get back here, son. Everyone's favourite characters.
They just bring back Adric. How?
It's just a star, like a cloth with a star on floating in the air. Adric, is that you? I don't know. I think they're just going to bring back everyone, if I'm honest. He'll just be like... Because, he's left some secrets, so I think, Yeah.
So, Russell's seen it.
And he thinks it was very good, I think.
Yeah, his comments on it it's brilliant. It's a 90-minute special, which he let slip at the actors.
Yes.
So, an hour and 30.
Like a movie at the cinema!
Like a Disney movie. That's a whole Disney movie.
That's a whole Disney movie of who goodness.
Who?
Yes, it's a whole 90 minutes of who. Chibnall who.
Chibnall who. And from the next time trailer, obviously, I don't know if this probably not a spoiler.
It was in the trailer. It was
Ace and Tegan are confirmed to come back.
And Adric. And Adric's been confirmed. I've seen him in Camden.
He's in Camden as well. Matthew Waterhouse popping in. He's in the wheelchair. It's not Bernard Crimmins.
Oh, the memes have already started. Have you seen the one? It's like, look who's in Camden, and it's Patrick Troughton sat in the wheelchair. Yeah. I thought it was absolutely. Oh, it's brilliant. So no, Adric's not confirmed. He's dead. Thank goodness.
Adric hater.
Adric. What did he add to the show? What did he add?
He added a very dramatic.
He added a lovely black quaff to the series.
And his iconic mathematics star badge thing
that
only came in handy when the Cybermen were allergic to gold. Do you remember that? I don't.
When are they allergic to gold? The Nightmare in Silver episode could have gone very differently if the Doctor just got a load of gold crap and just blew them up.
Well, he did, didn't he?
He did at the end, but he put the gold ticket and it stopped Mr. Clever, didn't it? But I mean, if he just got a load of gold, Mr. Clever, I'm the Cyber Planner. Fantastic. This is like, I did it in a French voice as well. He's like, allons-y.
We might have to talk about that episode.
I think what we'll do is we'll do a special Parker and Page podcast, going over some of the most questionable Doctor Who moments. The fellatio paving slab being one of them.
Yeah. We'll discuss that at a later date.
Oh my goodness.
So the Centenary special so far, cast list involves Jodie Whittaker, Mandip Gill, John Bishop, as their reprising characters, the Doctor, Yaz, and Dan, the plaster man, who's never plastered a thing on the show.
I've never seen him do any grafting at all. He's dressed up like a Captain Jack Sparrow from Wish and hit a Centauran round the head with a wok. What a man. I actually really like Dan's character. I think he's really good. He added a lot to Flux. Yeah, the comedic side of it was really cool.
Yeah. He's definitely the replacement Graham style character. He's a good addition. I mean, Legend of the Sea Devils.
Oh, that's should we save that for? Should we just do it now? Or do we save it for a special?
We'll save it. If people want to hear it,
comment honest opinion of Legend of the Sea Devils.
Yeah.
Please comment down below.
We can't wait
to see what you say.
Come up with. Anyway, so we got two
like Mario on speed. Right. We've got one. Sorry,
the Sea Devils have moon shoes.
Oh man.
Anyway,
like High School Musical. Right. Anyway.
Oh lordy. So we've got two classic confirmed companions returning. Interestingly, what is the most interesting thing about this trailer is that Ace is heard saying it's been 3 decades since she's heard from the Doctor. So if we put that into perspective, from 2022, that takes us back 2012, 2002, 1992. Okay. And the original serial ended in 1985, I think.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
So, what does that mean? We've got no idea. But what is puzzling is that she's done Big Finish with Sylvester McCoy. There's then been X amount of comic books, and she's written her own story at Childhood's End. And then there was that little teaser thing she did for the season 20.
Oh yes, I've seen that.
26, sorry, season 26 box set. Excuse me, of her setting
Too
up,
much wine.
Perhaps.
Oh man.
That's too much.
Yes.
It's all too much.
It's all too much. What's the game called, dear? Bogey cars. Oh, Dick and Dom.
Sticky bananas.
Sticky bananas. There'll be a link.
What happened to your ears?
There'll be a link down below to Sticky Bananas. But yes, and Bogey Cars.
Sophie Aldred is a great advocate of the show, and she's jumped at every opportunity to be involved in the canon beyond survival, which is obviously when the serial ended, the classic era ended. And obviously she wrote that book recently, At Childhood's End, which I haven't read, but apparently it's very good. And it's her meeting Jodie Whittaker's doctor. So again, are they taking that into consideration? It sounds like they're not, if they're saying that it's been 3 decades since they've heard, since Ace has heard
is
from the doctor.
Is that bit though in the Childhood's End book where she sees the doctor in like 92? Do you reckon?
Well, I haven't read it.
No,
if you've read it, comment down below.
I don't know if it's about Ace or if she's just wrote the book. I don't know if Ace is involved in the book or.
I think the story is Ace meeting.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
With Ryan, Yaz,
Cool.
and Graham. Yeah,
nice.
I think that's the premise.
Cool.
So yeah, comment down below if you have read it, and let me know what your thoughts were. Should I read it? Should we read it? And all that. But yeah, that's interesting if they're not taking into account all this other canon, well, supposedly canon material that has been pumped out over the past however many years. But of course, she was meant to appear in the Sarah Jane Adventures season 5.
Yes, she was, wasn't she? Yeah.
Elizabeth Sladen's untimely death.
I love Sarah Jane Adventures. I've been watching them all again on BritBox. They've all just been put on BritBox, and I just forget how good they are.
I got the box set, and I rewatched them last year, I think.
I think they're just so good.
Yeah, they are brilliant.
It doesn't talk down to kids either, though. It's a kids show, but it doesn't talk down to kids.
Yeah,
it's just so. It was such a unique way. Like that was when the CBBC used to be good.
Oh yeah.
Like some of the stuff they got on it now. I mean, there is one good thing on it at the minute. There's a thing called Silver Point, which is kind of like a British Stranger Things set at like a holiday camp. Which is pretty good. That's quite cool. I started watching that. That's very cool. There was a lot of hype around it, so I thought I'd give it a watch. Pretty good. But now, there's not a lot of like that type of drama on CBBC. You don't really. Yeah, it's more sort of like the prank kind of shows and stuff like that. Whereas I think they are missing that kind of drama, sci-fi drama on CBBC, which and a lot of kids love that. So Star Wars and Marvel are like the biggest things at the minute with young kids. So they are missing a trick by not having some sort of sci-fi drama on CBC. But maybe Russell T Davies could change that very soon.
I do hope so, because I remember Sarah and Jane Adventures being a massive part of my life growing up.
Yep.
To go alongside, the of course, the main series. But that filled the gaps nicely, and that sort of like wet my whistle, if you like.
Do you remember
what was to come?
Do you remember Totally Doctor Who?
Yeah.
It's like whose idea was that though? It's like, let's get a load of kids, just give them a bang of a Haribo. Just whenever we mention the word Dalek, just get them to cheer really loudly. It's like, whose idea was it? Let's get it behind the scenes. 4 minutes of a man putting a Cyberman costume on. That's it. The end. That's it. Done.
Barney Harwood and Christian.
There was Kirsten. But then there was the other woman who was a Blue Peter presenter who like took over. There was like two. There was two women presenters. It was always Barney Harwood. There was Kirsten and this other woman who did Blue Peter. I can't remember her name. But yeah, I used to remember that. I did like Totally Doctor Who. But yes, all these programs that used to be part of our childhood, hopefully we'll see them return in some shape or form. Fingers crossed. Hopefully Russell will be the man to do that. Oh, so I said we would put a little thing in at the end in case you didn't want to listen to the spoilery bits, right?
Oh, okay.
And I would like to touch on the fact that Ghostbusters Afterlife 2 has officially been announced. At a Comic-Con panel about a week and a half ago, Sony announced Ghostbusters Afterlife 2, which I think is going to be awesome. There's no details yet of if the original cast are returning. I don't know if you've seen it, Matt. It is very good.
I have seen it.
I don't know if the original, the ones who was in the first one are coming back. As always with these things, actors' names are linked to them, but there's no credibility yet. Dwayne Johnson is linked to this one as like a new member of like the Ghostbusters who is getting trained up, and the kids from the first one sort of visit New York, and then it all sort of ensues from there. That's what's been linked to it at the minute. And again, these things you have to take with a pinch of salt. No credibility. Nothing's been announced yet. It's the same with anything. Doctor Who, when they regenerate, names are always getting linked with these projects. But I think it's good that Ghostbusters is back for a new generation. And it's back again for a second outing after the first one did so well. And, we've lost Ivan Reitman now, which is a big shame. But Jason Reitman did such a good job on the first one, so I've got full faith in him to deliver the second one. I was a wreck at the end of the first one. I don't know about you. Oh my god!
It was.
If you've not watched it, you will. Oh, but if you have, you'll know which bit we're on about. Absolutely wrecking the cinema. Oh dear me.
Yeah. I did think the first one was good. I thought there was a few patient issues here and there.
Yes.
But definitely towards the end, like towards the climax, it was brilliant. And then obviously that scene was amazing.
The icing on the cake.
Yeah. So heartfelt and just brilliant. Really, really good. Getting goosebumps.
I know, it's so good at it.
It's very good. Very, very good.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So Ghostbusters Afterlife 2 is on its way.
I don't know if it'd be called Afterlife 2. I just sort of...
Well, working title.
It'll be called something. Ghostbusters Next Gen, Ghostbusters Busting Again. Who knows? Any old tat. It'll be called something.
Two ghosts, two busts.
Yeah, two ghosts, two busts. Ghosts, two busters. Who knows? But yeah, so...
We'll see.
But they've agreed they're doing another one, which is really cool.
Awesome.
And it's very nice.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that. So there's lots of things to look forward to coming out as well.
There
Doctor Strange just come out.
Oh yeah.
Did you watch Doctor Strange?
I did. Yeah.
What was your initial thoughts?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I thought it was nice to see Sam Raimi back in the director's seat.
Yes, I thought that it was very nice.
And he's a very distinct style, which you can pick up on if you watch the original Spider-Man film or his horror films, indeed. And then watch Doctor Strange, you can see the tropes that have been sort of taken over, which is quite nice to see that he keeps the same style. He's not changing it up to try and be like part of the MCU.
That's
He's
true.
Literally doing his own thing. Story was fairly easy to follow. I quite like that aspect. If you've not seen WandaVision, then you need to watch WandaVision before you watch Doctor Strange,
because it's kind of like the main plot of the whole thing, which I didn't expect. But
I didn't know. I didn't know that either. What else? I liked the Illuminati scenes. I can say that because it's in a trailer.
Yes.
Before anyone comes
Don't come for us. We're not giving spoilers apart from all the Doctor Who stuff, which, is a spoiler. But we warned you. We bloody warned you. That's going to be like the catchphrase of the show now. We warned you. It's good. It was entertaining. I would definitely watch it again. But all I would say to you is, if you've got the same hopes as me, you will be pleasantly surprised and enjoy it, but don't expect too much from who you think you may see. That's all I'm saying.
That's wise advice.
Thank you.
I was saying this, I think, to my flatmate the other day. I think what doesn't help is that there's all these like theory videos,
Yeah.
theory blogs, blah, 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 blah.
Exactly.
There's loads of theories out there, like it's going to be this, it's going to be this. So then people take that in and go, it's going to be that. Oh my god, it's
Yeah.
going to be that. And then they go see the film, and then they're disappointed that it's
Yeah,
not that
exactly.
because they've read a rumor online or heard something.
Yeah.
Hence why we were so heavy on this is speculation.
Exactly. This is a pinch of salt. We don't know
exactly,
anything.
yeah.
We just we've seen it, we've deduced it, we've heard a little whisper of this could be this, but we don't know. We don't work for the show. I wish we did, but we don't work for the show. We can't give you anything definite, but it's a pinch of salt. But it's a bit of fun to talk about it and get excited about it.
Yeah, of course.
So you know, it's just good fun to try and see if you can find a chink in the armor. Yeah, chink in the armor of like, oh, that's official. This is definite. So you know, we have to just look at what we get.
Yeah,
get given really. It's been lovely chatting with you, mate, about all things nerdy and Doctor Whoified.
It's been wonderful. Yeah, just I've got 2 more things to mention. I believe they're coming out on the same day.
Okay.
End of this month, 27th of May. You've got Stranger Things season 4 part 1.
Yes, which looks amazing.
And
we will talk about that when we've watched it. We'll do a bit of an in-depth chat. Might be a bit spoilerific, but we'll put a warning. But we will chat about that.
Great. And the other thing is the same day, I believe. Again, they might have changed it, but I think it's the same day. Kenobi is coming out on Disney Plus on the 27th of May.
Which I really want to watch that.
Yeah, the new series, obviously starring Ewan McGregor, reprising his role as Obi-Wan, and also
Hello there! Hello there!
Hello there. Hayden Christensen back as Darth Vader as well.
Oh, amazing.
So yeah, 2 very exciting series coming out on the same day, one on Netflix, one on Disney Plus. So go and check them out. Otherwise, I think we've got everything.
We've done, mate. But we'll talk about them too when we've watched them. We'll sort that out. Exactly. Well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for chatting, and thank you guys for listening to episode 1 of the Parker and Page podcast. It's a bit of the Parker and Page podcast. It's been a bit of a ramble on this time, but you know what? It's a bit of fun. We just talk about things we enjoy.
Yes.
He's been Matt.
I've been Matt. He's been Mark.
I've been Mark. We'll see you next time. Ta-ra!
Goodbye.